President Biden will be calling for aid to help Israel. Iran is calling for an oil embargo against Israel, and that has oil prices spiking around the world. Could that spark a financial shock across the globe? Joining us now, Stanford Business School professor Dave Dodson. Dave, how big of a worry is this as oil prices right now are above $90 a barrel?
Yeah, Sandra, I think they're going to bump up around $90 a barrel for quite a while in the near term. And let me tell you why. And it frankly doesn't have anything to do with what Iran's saying about their embargo. What it has to do with is that the Biden administration has dropped our strategic petroleum reserves. And this has not been talked about, and it needs to be talked about, by nearly half of what it was when they took over 3.5 years ago. And those strategic petroleum reserves were put in there precisely for this problem. So what's going to have to happen in the United States is we're going to be a large buyer of oil right now to rebuild those strategic petroleum reserves. That's going to keep oil prices up, bumping around $90 a gallon. The idea, though, that Iran is going to have an oil embargo against Israel, that's fanciful, okay? Israel does not buy their oil from Arab countries for obvious reasons. They buy their oil from Azerbaijan and Niger and Kazakhstan, and those are not going to participate in an embargo. Furthermore, OPEC is not what it used to be. You know, 50 years ago, OPEC was largely an Arab political organization that used oil as a tool. That's different now. OPEC includes countries in Africa in terms of South America, and so OPEC is an economic entity now. It's not a political entity. And the last thing, Sandra, is that we've had sanctions against Venezuela for about 8 years now to reduce their oil input. This is going to be ideal for Venezuela, sadly enough, because those restrictions are going to come off, and we're going to have a lot more oil coming in from Venezuela. That's going to help to stabilize oil prices over the medium term.
Yeah, Dave, real quick final question to you on that. We've been showing the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which is historically used for emergencies here in this country, although we have seen it used as a different sort of tool under this administration to bring gas prices down when convenient. You're looking at it depleted by 45% just under this administration alone. It was at 638 million when Biden took office. It's down now to 351 million. I referenced oil earlier. On the screen, it looked like it was below 90. I'm watching the evening session. It continues to go higher. It's above on the global stage right now, over $90. Gasoline prices, the average price $3.56. For people at home, real quickly, should we anticipate that those gas prices to go higher?
Absolutely, because exactly that. The Biden administration has used those petroleum reserves to manage inflation and gas prices. That is not what the word strategic means. Strategic was about handling situations just like this. And I think it's tragic what's happened.
And as they try to refill it, the administration at these levels for $90 a barrel, a reminder that in the previous administration, they tried to refill at $24 a barrel, and they were told it was a bailout for big oil. And that is fact. The Senate stymied
exactly.
that. Thank you very much, Dave, for joining us.